Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on Rock Metal Podcast, we have Lost Division, and they have a new album called Cuts and Scars, which is released on May 28th via Inverse Records. Right now, I'm being joined by Maija to share some more information about this stellar release, why they have cuts, why they have scars, what's going on. So, Maija, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Nice that you have me here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of funny because you got the summer vibes going on, and I've got the not so summer vibes going on.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, because I was wearing an undershirt, and I thought that's just going to look awful if I were, on the show like this. But I guess it would make sense. We would look more congruent. But
yeah, like a match.
Yeah, I think my first question is, because there's a track called "The Queen," I'm envisioning either that you're the queen and or it's a concept album about the queen or a concept album about you. So I'm curious, who is the queen and is it a concept album?
Well, I think more likely it's me because it's a story basically about a love triangle and well, it depends where you look at it, but I think that in that song, for me, I'm the queen. But, of course, you can see it as you want.
Okay. Love triangles. This is getting juicy right here on the Rock Metal Podcast. Tell me about this love triangle.
Well, it's basically a story about a girl or a woman that is threatened by another woman. And so she fights for her man.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Does it go deeper? Is the man married? He's not actually available to either of the two girls?
Well, he's married, all right, but not with the queen, maybe. Or then it can be with the queen. So you can decide you can decide the sides yourself.
Wow.
So it can be seen in many different angles.
Yeah. This is getting funky. I've been listening to a lot of R&B and funk and disco. This sounds very R&B, funky, and disco. The lyrics back then were a lot about love triangles and married men and
and now that you know the story and then you listen to the song again, you see maybe what I mean with the different angles. You can change the person you are in the song and it changes.
Wow. So it's almost like an RPG, like a role-playing game, but it's a song.
Yeah.
It's a role-playing song.
Well, maybe you can see it like that, of course.
That's actually kind of awesome because, a lot of bands are always writing lyrics vague enough so that you could put yourself in there, and I never thought about making it like a video game. But now, with you here, Maija, it's become a bit of a video game.
Right. But I always write the lyrics in the way that you can think those songs in many different ways, that there aren't just one way to look at it.
Okay. How do you do that? Do you get super specific and then, I don't know, dumb it down? Is that the right word to use? Vague it, make it vague? How do you do that?
Well, I use a different kind of methods in songwriting. Sometimes I start with one word or one theme, and then I dive into it. Or then I just have one sentence in my head, and I know that this is the basics, and then I start to write around it.
Okay. Another great question. Actually, all of my questions are great. That was a silly intro. Do you write in Finnish and then translate to English, or do you write in English?
I write in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, your English is good. I'm not surprised, but I was just curious.
Yes, I actually know that there are, of course, many mistakes or little errors, but I don't mind. I think it's art, the writing as well, and I think that if I write first in Finnish, it would change it. because it's a different language. And when I write immediately in English, I usually know the words, so I don't have to have a dictionary, if you know what I mean. If I write in Finnish and then I don't know what it is in English, I'm like screwed.
I know.
So yeah, so I try to keep it simple, the texts also.
Yeah, because that happens. I've had Finnish bands on the show, and I'm like, this song doesn't make sense, and they said, yeah, we translated it from Finnish. I said,
yeah.
Okay. One that comes to mind was something like the sled of coming, and I was like, what the hell is the sled of coming? I said, oh, it's an expression in Finnish about somebody like being late or something.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I cannot help you.
I'm like, all right. Cool. Now, I'm looking at the track listing. We've got 10 songs. Cool. So we have 10 songs. One is Wish You Were Dead. That's not nice, Maija.
Yes, and actually I haven't wrote that. It's not on our album, actually.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
that was the first single, I think 2019, and I joined the band in 2018 was that Wish You Were Dead single, and I joined the band 2019, so that is not mine.
I see that. I see all of the things that you just told me. And
Yeah.
we'll just move past that very embarrassing moment where,
Didn't ask it.
yeah, exactly. It never happened. In 2019, their singer changed and started to compose material for the upcoming debut album, which was recorded in 2020. So I guess that brings a good question about 2020, because that was a odd time to do anything. So how did you guys end up making this happen?
Well, the whole album is basically like do-it-yourself project, and we have done all the recordings ourselves in our own studio. That is also our like training place, and mixing and mastering has done someone else, but any other than that, we did it ourselves. So we just basically started with the demos. And Antti has composed all the music mainly, and then I take them, I hear them, listen to them, and I make the vocal melodies and then the lyrics.
Okay.
And then we just started little by little making the album.
Like eating an elephant, one bite at a time, but you weren't taking apart the elephant, you were building the elephant. So yeah, my analogy maybe didn't translate so well. Cool.
Well, yes.
Beautiful. Now, you mentioned you guys did the recording yourselves, and somebody else did the mixing and mastering. How did you guys choose who to do the mixing and mastering? Did you have somebody in mind already?
Yeah, we had Mika who did the mixing. We had him already on our minds, and we asked him, and then he sent us some of his work, and then we chose him.
Okay.
And we know him, so it was quite obvious that we asked him.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Now, these other singles that we have here, Trapped, No God, Daring Statement. What are these tracks about?
Well, No God has been, well, how can I say? People have asked a lot about it, because obviously when we talk about God, it it rises up some questions, and it's not like my journal, that song, or it doesn't tell anything about me or my beliefs in God. But I wanted to make an alternative ending for life. So if you're alone, if you have nobody to believe in, and you are dying, so what do you feel, and how do you feel your life, and things like that.
Okay.
It's basically a song about not believing in God.
Okay.
And believing that you are all alone when you die.
Wow. Even if the children are there, my legacy, all the children on my deathbed, they're holding my hand. The wife is there, tears coming down. I am alone.
Yeah. You are alone.
I'm alone.
Sad. Very sad. Yeah, it's not a joyful story.
It really isn't.
No.
Yeah, it sounded really, really dark.
But it has energy and it's otherwise joyful, maybe?
Super joyful.
Yeah. The chords, very nice.
Is it in major? Is that what's going on? Is it a major scale?
No. Okay, I don't fool anyone. Yes, it's a sad song.
Aw, want. Because I was going to say, you guys are from Oulu. There's a little band called Sentence that used to write depressing stuff in major scales.
I've listened my share of that band, yeah. I have to admit.
And that was always fun. I want to kill myself. And it's like in major. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. So we chatted about the Queen. We chatted about Trapped. We chatted about No God and how on your deathbed, alone. I was preparing for this interview, Maija, and I'm like, oh man, we're trapped. I'd rather die. There's no God. There's a killer. But it is a lovely day in this insanity and mayhem. And I thought, this has got to be the craziest album.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I believe there's a couple of music videos that were sent my way. No God, I believe, is just a lyric video, correct?
Yes. Or actually, they both are the Queen, if you got the Queen. And No God, they're both lyric videos.
Okay, Trapped? Is Trapped a lyric video?
No, is there a video of Trap?
There certainly is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys heard it right here, right now on the Rock Metal Podcast. Yeah. Yoni sent it to me. Yoni.
Okay.
Oh, it's not a music video. It's just audio.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I was correct.
You were
again.
correct. Yeah, again. You were correct again. If I have you in my life, just like on my shoulder, I'd probably make better choices all around.
Yeah.
So, thank you for being a part of the beginning of my day, anyway.
You're welcome.
Cool. Now we chatted about love triangles, role-playing in music, DIY home recording. I guess take us through that. Is that a new experience for you to do an album at home, like the way you did?
Yeah, actually, it was our first album for everyone all together. So yeah, it was interesting experience. Mm-hmm. There is a lot of work with the mics and everything. I think with the drums we have like 25 mics all together or something, and yeah, it was insane. And I'm not so like technical person, so I don't know about that stuff so much. So I just look pretty and sang.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's
Yeah,
the only. That's all you,
I'm probably the worst person to tell you anything about the recordings because I don't understand it so much.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to learn.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Were you left alone to your devices, like in your own home? Was everybody like, hey, just grab a mic and GarageBand and hit record? Or did you guys get together at somebody's?
We were at the rehearsal place, so nobody like lives there actually, but we rehearsed there.
That's progressive. You know, the drummer or the bass player or both don't live at the rehearsal space.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's really good. So that means they both have girlfriends now. Okay. Awesome. Is there anything else that I missed that you wanted to chat about, Maija?
Well, maybe the Insanity song.
Yeah.
I would like to say something about that because people have asked about it also. Because first that you listen, maybe it's about depression, that much I can say, or any mental disorder. But I like to say that it's more of a fight song, like when you overcome those things and you get a stronger person. So it's a survival song. That's why I want to raise it up, or how can I say, talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring it up.
Yeah, thank you. That is the expression I was aiming for.
Mm-hmm. Good. At least here in North America, that's what I would say. Raise it up. I don't know. Maybe somebody else somewhere in the other worlds of English-speaking worlds would say that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I think it's important subject for it doesn't go out of fashion like ever, because people are having so much troubles in their lives, and now with the COVID-19 and everything, people are locked down and they don't see anyone and they're feeling sad and things like that. So I think it's important that we have at least one song that it's like raising the spirits and maybe something like that.
Yeah, because I thought, wow, another depressing song. That's great, Maija. But then you turned it around and said,
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's also important. I was actually going to make the connection between, no God, dying alone, and insanity, because especially during this time, a lot of people have been literally dying alone.
Yeah. And it's sad.
Mm-hmm. It is. Now, mental health, is that something that has impacted you personally, or is that something that you just wanted to chat about because, well, it's pretty much on the rise over the last year and a half?
Yeah, well, mental disorders are, I can say that, around me. Not in me, but around me. So I see all the time. And in my work also, what I do here in Finland, I see it all the time. And especially with the young people, it's like never before. It's a bad problem here in Finland also. So.
Mm-hmm. I like good problems, Maija.
Yeah.
Like, I have too much money. My problem is, where do I put all of this money that I have?
To me.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you mentioned young people. Why is that, do you think?
Well, in Finland, there's a problem that when you finish your schools, you don't get job, for instance. And of course here, well, it's cold, it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of problems for young people. And if they don't get to schools after now I lost it.
Well,
so if they don't get educated enough, they don't get jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there are a lot of drinking involved here also and things like that. So it's quite of a bad mix.
Yeah. And if you're alone in your underwear, drunk.
Yes. That's a bad thing.
It is.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a word for that.
But yeah, all kinds of problems, and especially now. So it's starting to show here also in Finland.
Oh, well, okay. Hopefully we can raise some awareness. Is there a hotline in Finland for such things?
Yeah, there are many places you can call and, of course, get all kinds of help. But I don't know if the young people will use those things or phone lines, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Ego? I don't need it.
No, well, maybe it's that you have been so alone for such a long time that you don't even know how to do it.
Yeah, this is very true. I'm looking up numbers in Canada. I came across in England you can call 111.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you're not in England and I'm not in England. But if somebody in England is listening in and, you know, they feel so inspired, you can dial 111.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thanks for that, John. You're welcome, Maija. You are welcome.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but no, it's definitely a very serious thing. And if anybody out there is listening in or watching and you're having, I guess what we'll refer to as complicated thoughts, definitely reach out to somebody, sort those thoughts out.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So we chatted about love triangles, role playing in a song, DIY home recording. We've added mental health to the recipe. We chatted about the album Cuts and Scars. We chatted about The Queen. We chatted about Trapped. We chatted about No God. We chatted about Insanity. I think that we've covered everything, Maija.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too.
Cool. Well, if there's nothing else, then thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today, Maija.
Thank you so much.